adaptive cart. This is the only one of its kind that we're aware of in Western Massachusetts. We believe there's two, but they're on the eastern part of the state, the Boston area. So Veterans Golf Course and Franconia are beautiful public courses that people are raving about. I want to thank Parks and Facilities Director, Executive Director Tom Ash and his whole crew do a great job. And of course, the elegant and eloquent Commissioner of Health and Human Services, Helen Carlton Harris, who was able to fund this through her disability commission in town. It was about 120,000 total, 30 for each, for both. Oh, 35. Well, that's a better deal. 120 was on my mind. $35,000 for both. And I want to thank my brother and sister Elks, Gary Delisle, Jeff Barbeau, and he's not here, but retired police officer Mike Foster, who is severely disabled and wants to continue to play golf. These carts will be used. You have to, proof that of your disability and the reason why that you need this cart. But it's another first for the city of Springfield. I'm deeply appreciative of it. Anthony will give you how it works, but before that, let me turn it over to Parks. And we also have Bill St. Dennis, who is the Deputy Director of Veterans. Director Joe DeCaro is away. And it's another thing, we have many veterans who have sacrificed, who might have severe disabilities, but want to continue to play the game of golf, so we appreciate that. So I'll get the perspective from Tom Ash and from Helen and from Bill St. Dennis from the veterans on how this can help out. Tom Ash.
Thank you, Mayor. First of all, I want to thank the Mayor and also Helen for stepping up big time for this and the purchase of these two carts, one here and one in Franconia. And it's kind of a unique funding source, and Helen will get into that. We're very, very appreciative for their willingness to do so. As the Mayor kind of stated, it's a great way for people who love the game of golf but are physically have disabilities and aren't able to. This is a great way to get out and enjoy the game the way maybe they remembered how, or just now to discover the game of golf and being able to play. I think it's really a great idea, a great concept. I want to acknowledge a couple of people that stayed on top of this. Carol Landry from my office, Dave Kuko, who had contact with the company. It was a long process, trust me, to get these carts here today. It was scanned over a month, but they stayed on top of the company to get them here. And lastly, to Tom Dougal and Pete Kupsak and Ralph Gilacci, who are actually driving to Lowell to pick them up last week, so they're here on time this week. So it was a long process, but we're here today, and that we know that the remainder of this season and going into the spring, we hope that these carts are used extensively. So thank you very much.
Thanks, Tom. All right, put your hands together for the eloquent Commissioner of Health and Human Services, Helen Carlton Harris.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And let me start with thanking you for your support and the idea of thinking about how we can adapt the golf courses to be able to serve our residents with disabilities. Can't say enough about Tom Ash and constantly calling to make sure that funding was going to be in place so we could do this. So thank you for your support. And of course, the Department of Veteran Services, thank you. The Mayor's Office for Citizens with Disabilities was the entity that funded this program, or these golf carts. These individuals worked tirelessly on behalf of the City of Springfield, making sure that handicapped spaces are available for residents who need them. They are very stalwart in their support of individuals with disabilities. So when we brought this idea to them, they were happy to approve the funding to be able to do this. So I am so grateful. I want to lift up a name of an individual who was working with the Mayor's Office for Citizens with Disabilities for over 12 years. His name is Richie Tyrell. Richie Tyrell is a veteran. Richie Tyrell cared about individuals with disabilities, and he was at every meeting once a month until he could no longer be there. The whole commission is amazing, but I wanted to make sure I was acknowledging his work as well. This is one more step in removing barriers for health outcomes for individuals with disabilities who want to play golf. So we know health is physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental. And when you think about these golf courses and the individuals who will use them, this really speaks to all of those quadrants of health. So I am just so happy as a city that we are taking this gigantic step, that once again we become the city of first, and we are the city that is doing this, we believe, definitely in the Western region, that we know. So thank you very much, Mayor. Thank you, Mr. Ash, and all involved. This has been a labor of love, really, because once we see how this operates, you will see how amazing this cart and the difference it's going to make for our residents. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Helen, and Helen, I'm glad you mentioned Richie Tyrell. He looks down upon us from heaven because he would definitely be here, always fighting for disabled, always fighting for the veterans. Speaking of that, I'll get a perspective because we have many veterans who have sacrificed and want to continue to play the game of golf. We have Bill St. Dennis, he's the Deputy Director of Veterans Affairs, pinch hitting for Joe DeCaro, Veterans Director, who sends his regrets he's away. Bill?
Thank you. What a wonderful accommodation for people that have disabilities. And the Department of Veteran Services in Springfield looks forward to spreading the word to veterans that are disabled and don't know about this accommodation. And it's great to be part of such a good city.
Thank you, Bill. Thank you for your service. Anthony Colwell now will say a few words and show you the demonstration. It's really, really tremendous. Anthony?
You're like a car salesman.
Yeah, this is awesome. You know, it'll be amazing to see how things go out on the golf course and get everybody involved in the game of golf. And now I'll give you guys a demonstration.
See Lopez, make sure we get the females. Hey, slow down.